It's the Sk8LikeYou podcast. In association with JG Hubs and hosted by Mark Vachon. We're talking life in and out of the rink with a new skater every week.
Hey, what's up, everybody? I just want to give you a quick heads up. So we ran into some technical issues recording Hinton's episode, both the first time and the second time. That's right. We had to do it again. Couldn't think of a better guest to have to speak to again. He was gracious and more than willing to give of his time. The issue, though, happened again in the second half of our second attempt, where there was a major delay on Hinton's end that just could not be corrected. So you'll notice that in order for me to correct that, I literally had to go through an entire hour of conversation and basically block it out. I didn't alter anything. I didn't change anything of what either of us said, but essentially it is blocked in the sense that Hinton speaks for a couple minutes and then I speak for a couple minutes, and just trying to edit it in a timely manner to have it available, but also not change the message or the intent of anything that we were saying. So if you do notice it's a little strange, it's just because it's not both of us on the same audio track talking back and forth. I had to literally splice two different audio tracks together because they just weren't synced up. So I did my best. I obviously did not want to ask Hinton to re-record again. Either way, it was still an awesome conversation. Super funny guy. I hope you enjoy the second half of my conversation with Hinton Covington. Like, what's the video that you did where you think people like kind of had the harshest reaction? Where you were like, oh shit, I didn't see that coming.
Well, yeah. So I think the video that I did where people had the harshest reaction had to be being Mr. Popular in the skating rink. I received a lot of backlash, for sure, because, at this big age, even though I look young, at this big age, we have younger people telling me like, oh, you're so worried about being Mr. Popular at the skating rink, like, grow up, bro. I'm like, dang, like, you feel me? And I feel like they took it out of context, but like I said, even if they did, the fact that they watched the video all the way through to give, the commentary on it was just like, all right, that's cool. But people didn't really understand what I was saying. They thought I was just like, oh, and even to the point where they was just like, well, you ain't got nothing going on in life if you got to worry about being popular. I'm like, Jesus, like, lay up, like, that's crazy. Because I'm just like, it's not even about like just going to the skating rink and thinking like, oh, I'm really him. It's solely just like, there are so many people that go to the skating rink and they are well known that to a point where if you miss a day, miss 2 days, people get to wondering like, hey, what happened to such and such? And that's how I was presenting it like, yeah, you miss a day, people see yours, high fives. People in here thinking I'm talking about like, yeah, this guy must live in the back of the skating rink. Like, he just looked like... I'm like, bro, relax. But the video went viral. And no matter how much backlash I got on that video, it just kept going up. It kept going up because I'm thinking, like, there's people telling me, like, oh, you so worried about this. But then you got other people like, yeah, man, that's how they treat me in the ring. I get the love like that. Then they tagging people like, hey, he talking about you, bro. So I'm just like, listening to y'all when I got my crowd over here telling me, hey, keep going. So, I mean, at the end of the day, that's just one of many videos that I got backlash on. It's going to be a lot more videos to come. I'm going to get backlash on. But at the end of the day, it's just like, man, hate it or love it. Y'all, yeah. I got to keep going. I got to keep creating this content, because if I don't, then I'll let their opinion dictate what kind of content that I make. And it's actually kind of interesting that we're speaking on that, because I had somebody tell me, I think you actually interviewed her. I'd have to go back and look at her Instagram, but she was like, yeah, I'm so glad you did the interview with him. He had to reach out to me a couple times, and, I was just so against it because the internet can be cruel. She said the stuff that you talk about on the daily, you just don't care because, she said, and I could never do that. I was like, well, at the end of the day, I'd rather people hate me for being honest than hate me anyways while trying to fit in with them. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, people are going to find something to hate you for. I might as well give them the reason. Like, yeah, you don't like me because I'm telling the truth. And if I'm not telling the truth, you're not going to like me anyways. So, we exchanged a couple words. I'm just letting her know, like, hey, you just got to be you. Because, you know, it's just only one of you, so you got to let people know who you are. You got to speak your mind while you still have time. And whatever everybody else is saying, don't even worry about them, because those are the people that are willing to watch your videos. They're not going to pick the phone up and put it in their face and do what you're doing because they don't want to be judged either. It's easy to judge people when you don't have to do the work. So I don't even worry about that, man. Not at all.
Well, you know, and the other thing to that is like when that video that you're talking about, like I understood what you were saying. Like, and honestly, what's funny about getting like heat on that video is that like is actually a super positive video. What you were talking about was like it's good to be loved, man. Like people remember you in this place.
There you go.
They miss you when you're gone. They notice when you're not around, and they're happy to see you again. Like that's the message I got from the shit. You know what I mean? Like that's what I heard. You know.
Yeah.
And to be honest with you, man, like that's like some of the coolest connections that I've made in skating are like, you know, the people that like they might not see or hear from me, so like they call and check up on me. You know what I'm saying? Like where you at, man? Where you been? That's what I took from it completely, man. But you know what? It's funny, man, because people like they will just zone in on this, like this one idea. You know what I'm saying? And it's like I've never been like that, man. Like it's crazy, but that's the shit though. That like you said, it that engagement, right, just pushes it. I don't know if you mentioned it. You mentioned it in the last conversation we had, and you mentioned it again. And so if me asking about this is like, if you don't want to talk about it because you're like, no, man, I want to try and do something with this, that's cool. Just let me know. But you mentioned a couple times about skating into the bathroom. Right? So fuck it, let's get into it, man. Like what are you where are you going with that? Like what are you talking about with that whole thing?
Well, I guess this would be a me thing, you know. I'm like, people skate everywhere. You skate outside, you skate in the rink, you skate in the bathroom. And I'm not saying that skating rinks don't clean the bathroom, but I'm a germs type of guy. You know, how nasty is it for you to just roll into the skating rink and go into the bathroom with your skates on? I get it. It's convenient. It's faster. I don't have to take my skates off to go pee. But what if you go in there and pee and you slip? Imagine that, like you fall with your skates on, buns to the ground, now your butt's wet. I mean, it's just a lot of things that could go on, but at the end of the day, it's just like you're in a bathroom where people pee on the floor and your wheels are just like there. And imagine if you're somebody that actually skate at your house. Now the bathroom germs are on your floor and you might not think about it. Like, oh, you know, you might be the type to just, man, I like to lay on the floor at the crib. But you just put the same wheels that you had in this bathroom on your floor. Did you mop yet? Did you use bleach? I mean, it's like a whole thing.
Well, yeah. Well, look, but here's the thing. Like, and I've had that because I'm the same way, dude. Like I fucking hand sanitizer like in every bag I carry in my car. You know, look, I'm not. A lot of people are nasty. I mean, this is like, let's just be real about it. There's a lot of nasty ass people out there, and so. But here's the thing. I've had this thought in my mind, right? Two things about this. One is I've like, you know, you see like a cat at the rink and he's got the brownies on or whatever, and he doesn't skate, right? He's just there, like, because he just decided to go that night. And he can barely stand up. Like he there's no like standing still. When he's standing, he's like kind of like, ugh. And the thought that goes through my mind is that motherfucker's gonna go try and piss. You know what I mean? Like with any type of accuracy, you know what I'm saying? And he just happened to be standing by the bathroom, and I was like, and now here's the thing. So here's the other thing. I talk about getting heat, bro. I got people pissed at me one day because in one of those skate Facebook groups, there was somebody in there and they posted something about they're like, hey, like I'm brand new, and they're like, honestly, like I really need a tip on how to just, if I just try and stand and I just always roll backwards, you know, do you have any tips on that, and I just commented, "Don't piss in a urinal." You know what I mean? Because like fucking, you know what I'm saying? That was that. Don't use the urinal. You know, sit down when you pee, motherfucker. And people got all bent. They got all pissed off at me. But I'm like, dude, I'm like, that come, let's be real. Because I've gone into that bathroom, and some bathrooms, some places, they don't maintain like other places. You know what I mean? They're not on it like that. Okay. Guys, dudes always get flack. Here's the thing. Dudes always get flack for like, it's like fucking old joke almost, right? Like, put the toilet seat, you know, put the toilet seat, don't put the toilet seat down or whatever. They piss on the fucking toilet seat and all this other shit. Let me tell you, there is one place where that is that is an absolute truth. And that is a fucking rink. There is no, there's so limit, like there's zero accuracy in a men's bathroom. You know what I mean? When fucking skates are involved. You know what I'm saying? It's all there is to it. It's the nastiest thing ever, dude.
Yeah, that's really funny too that you say that, because now I'm over here imagining don't piss in the urinal, because you just imagine you whip it out and then you skate, you're going backwards. But now you gotta lift it up a little bit higher so you can reach it. Now you at the counter, somebody walk in and you just what are you doing? Trying to see how far I can go. Yep. Mm-hmm. Just go under it. Go under it.
Mm-mm. And it's rolling backwards. You go for distance. I gotta put like a wheel lock underneath. You know what I mean? Like a fucking board behind my. You know what I'm saying?
Do a T stop. Just T stop at the urinal. Just put your foot as a T and just hold it there. You know, lock it in. Lock it in. Put your hand on it. Hold the handle. Hold the handle. That's that old mop water with Clorox in it. It's just like, ugh, like, you better off just letting the shit smell linger. You know, this ain't no better. Like, I don't know what y'all sloshing in here. It ain't running down the drains properly.
Dude, they're rink, like a lot of rink bathrooms, man. They smell like they smell like that nasty ass gas station bathroom that you had to get a hubcap key. Like, they'll forever have that stank. It's piss from 1976 in there. You know what I mean? Like yeah. Like, I don't fuck with rink bathrooms. That's the truth. It's funny too. A lot of rinks, like, because they don't update their bathrooms, like, and men's bathrooms are the worst. If you have an old school men's bathroom, it's the worst. Because like a lot of old school men's bathrooms, like, they'll have like the concrete like block walls, like, for like where the toilets are, but there's no door, right? And or they'll have like some long ass trough, you know what I mean, for everybody to fucking piss. And who are those people that shit with no door?
You just walk straight in the bathroom. Oh, hey, what's going on? Yeah, you good? You got enough tissue? Yeah, sure, I'll be done. You got next? No, I don't want to go next. What are you talking about? Put your skates on. Yeah. Hey, let me write on those skates real fast. So anytime I see those, duty on those. Yeah, I know them skates anywhere. Get your own pair, man. You just never know what people are doing with them. All right, guys, line up for the bathroom.
Telling you, dude, just the newbies, man. Like, that's the thing. Like, I think, like, if there's anything like that, people, yeah, like, because you have all those skate classes and stuff. Nobody ever wants to teach a dude how to pee on skates. You know what I mean? That should be like lesson 1. You know what I'm saying? Like it just. I'm telling you, dude. I don't know. I just can never stay there. I just always roll backwards. Don't piss in the urinal then. And people got so mad.
Man, I wish I could have seen that comment. I would have been like, this guy right here. I don't even know what to say. He probably got removed from the group. Get him out of here. Get him out of
here. I think it got deleted. I think somebody deleted. But here's the thing. I wasn't even trying to be funny. I was like, it was my legitimate, like, immediate instinct was like, oh yeah, don't piss in a urinal.
People don't see it that way though. they don't see it that way because honesty doesn't kind of live with them full time. So when you just blatantly just like, I was being serious, they like, why would you say that? What did I say? Like that. No, somebody had to say it. No, nobody had to say, oh, okay, so nobody, because you do know he's eventually gonna go to the bathroom. Yeah, but he's not asking that. Okay, well, maybe I'm 2 steps ahead and y'all just far behind. I'm mentally there. This man's gonna go to the bathroom, and it's best that you don't use the urinal. It's just best.
Yeah, and until we're able to openly talk about this bathroom's going to be stank. You know what I mean? Like, this is all there is to it, man. Like, so what is the name of your rink that you go to? Do you know how long it's been there?
I go to Forum. It's Roller World. It's in Grand Prairie, Texas. Yep. Right up on the hills, right across the street from the bowling alley. Yep. So, yeah, it's a good spot. I don't, but it does have a lot of history behind it. I'd heard some crazy things about that place, but if anybody want to do their research on it, I won't put too much out there, but once you do your research, you'll be like, oh my. And that's one thing that I find very interesting. Well, it's my time now to be at the rink, but as long as that rink has been there, it's been so many generations that's been there, and I'm just thinking, like, in this year, these past 2 years, I had the chance to be like, yeah, I went there. I just find that just so amazing. Like, as old as the rink is, you might have been there like, oh, this rink is 50 years old. Well, I came to the rink when it was 48, 49, 50. And then there's going to be someone that comes when it's 70. I'm like, dang, I'm still early, still late. But I don't know exactly how long it's been there. That's a good question. I should look that up.
I was talking to the skate critic, Ginger Matthews, and, she just travels the country reviewing rinks, right? And she's been to all the oldest rinks in the country. Like, I'm 10 minutes away from like the 4th oldest operating rink in the US, something like that. And and I never thought about it till her and I were talking about this. But this is like a little interesting factoid, about it is, I can't think of, I don't know anywhere else. Now, look, I know not every town has a 50, 60, 70-year-old rink, but a lot of rinks do, or a lot of towns do, right? I can't think of a place if, like, other than maybe like your high school in your town where you could go and like, it made me think of like Back to the Future and like the Enchantment Under the Sea dance and shit. You know what I mean? When Marty goes back and meets his mom. Cause I'm like, yo, like the rink, honestly, other than a high school, I can't think of many other places where you literally, like, your parents could have, like, you could stand at the same locker that your parents did 30, 40 years later. You know what I mean? Like, the rink is like, it's the rink in the high school. What other places, you know what I mean, are places where you maybe even your grandparents, you know what I mean, chilled at your age? That to me is amazing. It's like they get stuck in time, those old places. You know what I mean? Like, and you think about everything that's been through there, every genre of music, every style, just like, it's like a, dude, I can't even, oh my God. It really is. I can't think of another place. Where's another spot where, like, maybe, because if your parents grew up and never left your town, right? And you didn't either, right? It's probably the school and maybe a rink. Nothing else lasts that long.
Yeah, that is crazy. That's it, because a lot of business shut down. I would say like an arcade, but you see how the future is going, nobody's worried about playing games anymore, so that shuts down. Technology's taking over. You say the movie theater, but those get shut down because streaming's taking over. So it's just like the only thing that you really can't replace is the school and the skating rink, because it's always going to be new kids born that want to learn how to skate, and the school is always going to have new kids enrolled to learn an education. These are the two places that you can bet with your last dollar that are going to live for longevity. So, yeah, that's just about it. That was a good observation. Now, you know that. I like that.
Well, but everything about skating somehow keeps us connected to history, right? Like, I look at there's a massive, massive young like shuffle jam community in Florida, right? Like just huge teenagers. And here's the thing. You take those kids, like all those kids are skating to like old school freestyle, 80s, 90s freestyle. Okay. The shit that's been out like 20, 30 years before they were born. They're loving and they're skating too. You take, if I don't care what it is, if it's a kid that didn't skate and you put like some 20, 30-year-old music in front of them or played it for them, they wouldn't be into it. The rink is what bridges that gap. You know what I mean? My mom put on her shit, you know what I mean? And I fucking didn't want to listen to that shit. You know what I mean? Like skating is so crazy. It's how it absolutely is a bridge of time. You know what I mean? And it does it better than any other kind of venue. You know what I'm saying? Like it's the only place where it happens. What do you guys have like a really do you have a full age range at your rink?
Oh man, we got kids coming in there. They don't even know how to skate, but they got the trainers. You got adults coming in there on adult night. They up in their 50s and 60s still skating. So it really just depends on the day. But like I said, the DJ, when you have a good DJ, and I'm a touch on this and bridge it right all the way back. My bad, I'm stumbling all over my words. But when you have a very good DJ that understands music, it's easy to accommodate all the ages. So what we like, the older generation will skate to it, but at the same time, because music is so timeless, even if we turn on something that's of their generation, we know it because our parents played it, their parents played it. So everybody's just like, okay, I can skate to that because this is a classic. Then the older generation is like, okay, I'll skate to this because this is for the newer generation. And I know he's not going to play it too long. So, as far as age range go, depending on what days you go, they could be playing like some of the top artists or what the top artists in hip hop, they haven't really played rock too much, but they play Miley Cyrus every now and then, depending on who's actually playing. But that's mainly on like Saturdays. They'll play Katy Perry, Taylor Swift, kids' night stuff. They just press a button and the songs just keep going. But yeah, as far as you talking about that skate critic as well and how she always goes around, yeah, she would immediately fail my skating rink. I already know it. Just off top, she would immediately fail it just listening to the podcast because for one. I'm just being real. I'm being real. We're living lawless out here. Because for one, I already know she said, I don't like when DJs don't play the whole song. We do not do that at our skating rink. We're in there going crazy. We're going to flip this song with this. We blowing off this, putting it on, scratching the record. We going to play this song. We're doing that. Automatic fail in her book. Then on top of that, when I say we're living lawless, we do not have any floor guards. And if we had them, we're going to run them over. They need to get out the way. You know what I'm saying? Don't be, hey, slow down, nothing. You better get out of the way. So that's why I say, like, when I made that video about floor guards, I was literally saying, like, yo, if you get caught up on that wall, no one's coming to save you. Soon as you step off that carpet, you're in no man's land. You either know how to defend yourself or, hey, listen, the most that the DJ will tell you is slower to the middle and get off of that wall. If you did not hear him, you will see the ceiling. You will see the ceiling, and if it's bad enough, he might stop the music. That's if it's bad enough. But that's why I say those two things off top, I know she'll just go ahead and just fail us. As far as like the floors and everything, well, I don't know. It depends on how she go about that, bathrooms, whatever she look for. But just listening, those two things are just like, yeah, she would not like our skating. And I thought about telling her, like, hey, reach out and be like, hey, you should come to form, But I don't want to do them like that because then they be like, oh, who told you to come? I'm like, oh, yeah, the guy named Hinton. And they know me pretty well. Well, a couple of the workers there, they know me because I go on Saturday. So if they hear my name, somebody's like, Hinton told you? Then when I go in there, they're going to be like, hey, lady come in here trying to judge us and everything. She done gave us a bad review. What's up with that? I don't know. I just thought it'd be nice that you guys get a good review. You guys want up to par? I didn't know that, but yeah. The floor guard. Okay, well, let me not say. I'm put it right here. People that work behind the counter for the rentals, they might be considered floor guards, but they're not on the floor. You know what I mean? Like they once they get done handing out the skates and there's no business at the rental skate, counter, they jump over it, go skate. But they're skating. We're not like, hey. And if anything, especially on adult nights, you're not going to hear them say anything in that manner. But as far as floor guards, you'll hear them in the booth. If a kid going the wrong way, turn around, turn around. There's not nobody out there that, hey, turn them around. And that kid right there, they're saying this from the booth. They're not down there like, turn around. So it's just like, we got floor guards, but they're more like eye in the sky type of floor guards. You know what I mean? Like, we're not going out there to get that kid. If he didn't hear us, y'all run him over, he'll learn that way. So that's kind of how it goes. So, I mean, I don't want to snitch on nobody, but that's why I say we live in lawless. I think that's the best part about it, because if you're living, rolling around on your skates like that in a rink that just like let anything go, you're liable to learn a whole lot more. So when you go to one that's more structured, you're like, oh, I ain't never had to do this. What do you mean? Like, what? Like, right, you know what I'm saying? You kind of like, that's not how we skate here. Even when I go to skating rinks around this area, they kind of like structured on how they be skating. I be just woo, 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 woo. And they be like, bro, like, this not even that type of music to be doing that. And I'm like, who are you? Like, this is how I learned how to skate. Get out of the way. But I get it. Once a certain song come on, everybody get in there, it's time to do this. And here I come all in their way. They're like, bro, like, read the room. I am the room. Like, that's how I feel. But, yeah. It's like that. Floor guards are not happening at my skating rink, for real.
Do you get to travel a lot? Do you travel like rinks and stuff like that?
First time traveling was going to Atlanta. I was supposedly trying to go to Orlando for the World Series that they're having. It's a 5-day thing, but plan subject to change. But I plan on traveling a whole lot more, because as I start to advance in this area of just speaking, a lot of people are inviting me to come to their skating rinks just so they can meet me. Oh man, it'd be cool to skate with you. I hope to meet you one day. And I'm just like, it might be. Let me come where you're at to show you how much I fuck with you. It ain't just, oh yeah, one day. I'm like, hey, you never know what skating rink you go to. I might pop up one day. Just, oh, there he is. So, that's kind of how I'm looking at it. It's more so like, yeah, let's travel and do this, but still at the same time, if y'all are inviting me out here and telling me, hey, you should come here, I'm like, well, it just makes that much more sense to just go, just in case you're there and I actually get to meet you. So, but Atlanta was like literally the only place that I've traveled within doing the skating, and once I started mentioning Cascade, as far as like the pay at the door, oh man, everybody from Atlanta started following me. Bro, what? You came down here and went to skate at Cascade, and you paid how much, bro? That was on teen night. Come back and skate on Sundays, adult night. Now I'm hearing, Cascade got a whole nightclub upstairs. They said on Sundays it's like a big party, adult party. I was like, oh, I didn't know that. They about to beat me up in the comments, like, yeah, you came on the wrong day, you spreading lies. I was like, bro, listen, I didn't know it was the wrong day. I'm just telling y'all my experience when I went. And then I ended up going to, Stone Mountain out there too. I mentioned them a little bit, and little behold, they got a hold of the video and they followed me like, hey, next time you are here, let us know. I'm like, dang, all right, okay, I could do that. And now that we're talking, you remember last time we was talking about, hosting these events and actually waiting for skating rinks to, hit you up. Man, one of them hit me up like 2 days ago and was like, hey, somebody sent me your video, man. We really love your content. We would love to host, your next event. And I'm like, oh, man, I wasn't even ready. I was just putting the word out there like, hey, if you know anybody, And I was like, well, what do you need from me? They're out there in Maryland. There's like a skating rink in Maryland. It was like, all you got to do is just present us what the event is.
And you just hit the nail on the head with something, though, because so when I first started traveling and hitting rinks or just traveling, it started mainly up and down the East Coast, But the first priority was all about like getting to these rinks that I haven't skated, right? Like I just want to skate these rinks. And let me tell you, man, there's something even cooler that happens though as a result of that, is then you start meeting people, like cool ass people, you know what I mean? And you like form like legit connections with people. And then now all of a sudden the priority shifts to like, I mean, there's still like bucket list rinks I want to get to that I haven't done, but now it's like, now I'm trying, now it's less about what rink I want to hit. And now it's where, well, where am I going to have the most opportunity to see the most people that I've met through doing this whole thing? You know what I'm saying? Which is dope as hell, man. Like, you know, it's what this whole thing's about, you know. I'm gonna look up that rink in Maryland, because wherever it is, it can't be that far from where I'm at. I mean, like I'm like 45 minutes, an hour from Baltimore. Dude, you go to Maryland, I'll bring some people too, man. Trust me.
So I don't know. It looked like a pretty big skating rink, you know. And I was just like, hey, what do you need from me? Because I'm thinking like payment wise, you want to. He was like, man, just present to me what the event is, and I'm just like, oh, that's it? Like, you know, at this point, I don't even care about making money. I'm just like, man, somebody gave me the opportunity to come out there and show face, because I couldn't do it here, because, you know, they're like, oh, we don't host events, you know what I'm saying? It's in-house. So I'm like, well, we got somebody all the way in Maryland, like, hey, come out here. We love your content. So I'm like, shoot, even if I just be like, I could, like we talked about, I was like, it ain't even really got to be an event for real. I could just say, here's a flyer for the day everybody already comes. Y'all gonna come anyways. I'm just gonna be there, y'all thinking like this is the dress code. So now everybody's wearing black, because I said, hey, wear black, and the skating rink put it out there. So I'm like, hey, it ain't really gotta be nothing. It's just, hey, you know. And another guy even, he offered for me to come out there to some event that he had. Like, people are always inviting me somewhere. This guy was like, hey man, this is such and such with this group right here, man. We're hosting an event on the 21st. We'd love for you to come out and be a special guest and be a judge. I'm like, I would be honored, but I can't. You know, I'm like, yo, they pulling me every which way. So I am like, I'm so motivated to travel, because people, I'm not asking to come see people. People are inviting me. So it's like, man, that much love just off talking. It just means that much more when you go somewhere and people are like, oh, there he is. Hey man, let him through. Oh, hey, who was this dude? Like, yeah, we got him in the building, y'all. They like, dang, bro, what do you do? I just talk on the internet, and then they get on there and they're like, oh no, you're a big hot commodity. I'm like, well, you know, that's how they treat me, but you know, I'm cool, bro. You know, give me a spin. I want to see you spin. I'm just a regular dude that just talk. But you know, I'm gonna travel more for sure. I'm not done. There's so many rinks that I gotta see. So yeah, we're gonna do that for sure. Now that we're on the topic of actually traveling now, I've actually thought about getting back into the truck, you know, and this time we're going to take it on a whole nother avenue, because now, like, I don't know if you know too much about truck driving, but truck driving takes you all over, and you don't necessarily have to come back home to take a rest break. You know, you talk to dispatch and be like, hey, you know, I'm out here in Pennsylvania. I'd rather just stay out. And they were like, well, you need to take a 32, which is, you know, 2 days, give or take, you know, or however long you want to take, and then get back on the road. So I'm thinking, like, wherever I'm on the road at, if I just say, hey, well, you know, I'm going to just post up here, park the truck at a truck stop, and search up skating rinks nearby. So now it's not like I'm planning to go to these skate rinks. I just so happen to be in the area, and then I pop in because I just want to skate. And oh, okay. So I'm thinking, like, now traveling is going to get a little bit easier and be more fun now, because I have the platform. I'm known for skating. And now on top of that, I can travel to skate a little bit more. And I know exactly what I can do instead of tiring myself out. I just know I got to run for a week, and on the weekends, we're going to skate until we can't skate no more. And, you know, we're going to make videos, and then we're just going to jump back on the road, do it, go to a whole nother state. So it's basically like, yeah, he's basically getting paid just to go visit all these skating rinks. So I think that's like the formula right there.
No matter where you're at, you got like a built-in community. You know what I mean? Which is what like kind of was missing from when you did it before. You know what I mean? Because it's as corny as it is, right? Like the Sk8LikeYou thing is like, well, I mean, one, it just started out because I like needed like a phrase for a shirt. Like that's how it started. But like the whole thing was like, I mean, initial like it's kind of like this double meaning, which is like, one is just skate like you, like do you, you know what I mean? Like be you out there, you know, do your thing. But the other thing is like how you met that dude that that you know kind of skated with, you know what I mean, and was learning with, and you guys were, you know, kind of feeding each other, and that whole thing is like, it's like those connections are so fast and so easy, like because I skate like you. You know what I mean? Like that's it. Like because it don't matter, man. Like it's crazy. I've met people at rinks where like in no time at all, like we're taking like 400-mile road trips together. You know what I'm saying? Like, or they're, oh yeah, yeah. You know what I mean? Oh shit, dude. I just drove down to, cause I just got back from, like just outside of Atlanta. I drove down to Carrollton, Georgia for that Heartbreak Skate Jam. Solomon Snowden was down there, Cantrell, you know, but yeah, that was dope. That was cool. They Smitty, this guy, he's from Ohio, not too far from here. Smitty on skates, David Smith, but he puts on this thing. It's been going for like 15 years, man. But like, it's the dopest shit because it's just a bunch of ciphers. It's jam skate battles, you know what I mean? But like, they do it from like young kids, man, like young kids. You know, my first battle type thing. You know what I mean? All the way up to whatever, you know what I'm saying? And it's just this thing where it's just all about the culture, you know what I mean? And it is one of the coolest things I've ever been asked to be a part of, man, to just go down there and bring Sk8LikeYou down there and talk to people and stuff. It was kind of crazy though too, because like I didn't, like a lot of times like I'll try and post up like kind of in a back room or something like that. And if I'm just at an event where people are just skating, it's no big deal, like to pull somebody and be like, hey, come talk to me for a minute, right? At this thing though, where these competitions happening all the time, especially like in a battle type scenario where like either somebody like, cause they had these things where people would go, like they'd have the whole floor to do like their own routine for like 2 minutes, let's say. And they finish, right? And they're competing against other people though, right? So, and maybe they finish and maybe they're just not very happy with what they just did, right? So that's not a good time to go ask to talk to them. But even if they are, even if that's the case, even if that's not the case, they still want to be out there. Like I felt like it would almost be disrespectful to the other competitors if I just pull this person, you know what I'm saying? Like, so like I was just trying to be respectful of that whole thing, you know what I mean? Which made it kind of difficult, you know, but really what it means is like, honestly, is I have to have a setup, like an actual like mixing board where I can isolate audio so I can be out like basically right by the floor and talking to these people, man, rather than just pulling them off, you know. But that was the first kind of thing like that I had ever went to as Sk8LikeYou, you know what I mean? With the podcast. And you just learn, man. You know what I mean? I just fuck it up and learning. That's all I'm doing. I remember the first time I tried to do like these little one-on-one spot interviews at an event. It was in Philly, and I just had these wireless mics, and you know, I'm all excited about all these interviews I did, right? I get home, you can't hear a motherfucking thing, dude. It was the worst, and there's no fixing that shit. You know what I mean? Like it's just like, I was like, fuck, like you just because, dude, that's why like when I tell people when they get on here. And like, they'll be like, oh, I'm nervous. I'm like, dude, this shit ain't real. I don't know what I'm doing. Like I am just learning as I go. I literally am learning this shit as I go. I was just talking to this, Marley from Canada. And she does all this. She's like full-time skate trainer instructor now, but like, she was saying the same thing, man. Like if I would have known everything I was going to have to learn to kind of like, I never would have fucking done that. You know what I mean? Like there's a thing to having having a delusional level of ignorance that is really good for you because it gets you to take risks and just start, man. You know what I'm saying? Like even you're like, when you're saying like, you're always saying like, nah, dude, just do it. Just do it. Like, you're like, oh, I don't know, but you just do it. Just start, man. Just start.
Exactly. Like, to actually like be out there in the midst of all that commotion and it just sounds like nothing's going on behind you, like that's dope. Like, how you feeling today? You know the music is bumping behind you and they're like, I'm good. Like, oh boy, this quality is kind of clear. Like, did they have the music on? Oh man, that place was loud, but you can't tell. And I think like that alone, that technology is so advanced that I get real excited about it because it's just like, how is all of this going on? And we over here just talking as if nothing's happening in the background. Like, yeah, that is beyond me. And if I knew how to stream the way that people do for real, I'd probably take that to the next level as well. But and these people, they're advanced. They're advanced right now. Yeah. Right. Mm-hmm. Oh yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. 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 That's really all it takes. I mean, to a point where, like I said, that's where a lot of people kind of get hung up on it, because if you see something and you feel like it is intimidating, or you probably thinking like, oh, I never know how to do that, I forgot to do this right here, then you never get there. Like me and my boy that we skate with, when we first started, we was talking so much about how we could do 540s in the skating ring. Like, you imagine jumping in the air doing a spin. And we were just like, man, that day's gonna come one day, bro. We're gonna be there. And then one day he did a 540, and I was like, oh, he was like, mm-hmm. I said, well, I guess it's my turn. Because you're not going to leave me behind. So now I'm in here trying to do a 540. And then, my biggest thing was that's what he was on. So we got on that. And I was like, man, all these people spinning on their toes with 1 foot. I can't wait to hit that. And then when I hit that, I looked at him and he said, oh, well, it's my turn. I said, it's to the point now where we didn't hit it. We got to set the bar higher. We got to keep trying these different things. And we would have never got where we were if we didn't just start. It would have always been that, hey man, I can't wait to do that 540. Can't wait to spin on that toe. But if we never would have actually tried all these things that led up to it, or if we would have knew, oh, you got to go through this to get here. You got to spend this much hours on your toes doing this. You got to do this for 6 months. We'd have been like, man, that's too long. I'm trying to spin on the toe right now. Well, you got to do all of this to get there. Well, you know what? I guess I won't be spinning on that toe then. I guess I won't be doing no 540s. You know what I'm saying? It's cool. I like to just go in a circle around the skating rink. But, if you just start, and every day it's just like, I'm going to learn it. 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 One day, you're going to know it, and it's going to click. It's going to be on a random Tuesday. You're just going to be skating, and you're going to do it. And oh, you seen that? No, you didn't just do that. I did. Do it again. Do it again. Now we like, oh, it went from, oh, this is so impossible, to now every time you see me, I'm doing it as if I just picked it up out of nowhere. Like, we just downloaded this software. Like, oh, yeah, how you do that move? Well, I just bought it off the internet. They was selling it in a bundle pack. No, we've been working hard to do this. And it just clicked one day. So, yeah, starting and just doing it just to see if you can do it, you're going to eventually get good at it, which is where falling comes in. Because if you're doing it, you're falling. But you may fall, you may have failed, but you never failed. So that's really how it all goes. If you constantly doing it and you fall and you realize, maybe I should put my foot here. Maybe I should twist my body like this. It's all those little small things that lead up to the big picture that as soon as you hit it, you like, well, this is why I've been spending all my time balancing on my toes so I can make it look like it's nothing. But starting is definitely where you're going to get it going. If you don't start, then you'll always just be in your head like, man, one day. No, do it today. Because you don't know where that could lead. You might be a fast learner. You might do it today and get it in 3 weeks. But if you never start, it might take you 40 years. It might take you that long.
Yeah. And we're also like in a world now where people only see the end results of work, right? They only see the polished, finished product, right? So like, it's amazing how many people, like, especially the way that skating is so prevalent online. And I'm never like, it never ceases to amaze me, like, where like people will be like, oh shit, they see it online, they're like, oh, I want to do that, and they come and they're like, you see it hit, like it clicks, like, oh, this is like way harder than I thought, kind of thing, right? But it's like, yeah, people just want this end result. But we're such a culture now that that's all we want to show, and half of it's fake. Half of this crazy life that you know what I mean, it ain't even real a lot of times, you know what I mean. But they're only seeing that end result, man. Like there's a lot of shit that goes into this thing, man. You know, like no matter what it is, you know. But I don't know, man. It's worth it, man.
It's funny you say that too. It's real funny you say that, because early on in my skating videos, that's kind of that was the motive that I wanted to like show people, like, and I always tell people, well, I used to tell people, now I don't even be thinking about it now, but when I was skating, I used to always ask people like, hey, you got a skating page? And they're like, oh no, I don't got one of those. I'm like, well, you should create a skating page so you could document your journey. Therefore, you know where you're at and where you came from. And they're like, oh, I'll think about it. And that's how my skating videos used to be. Like, even if I was busting my ass making little POV, you know, type of videos about it, now when I look back and I start seeing all them old videos way down at the bottom, I'm like, man, I remember when I used to go in the circle and couldn't even do a correct pivot, but it didn't matter because we were having fun. You know, and now when I look at my videos and people see me doing all these dips, I'm like, man, y'all do not know. I used to do dips and I would tire out my calf muscles, everything, because I didn't know how to properly place my foot to smoothly transition to that next leg. And it's just like those small things. You could just dip and then stand straight up. Then dip, stand straight up. And then one dude was just like, you got to position that back leg. And I was like, what do you mean? He did it. He was like, your leg, once you dip, you got to go all the way back and then transition your leg to send you back. And he was like, you think that dipping is just going backwards, when in all actuality, you're going like a snake. And I was like, oh. And once I seen that, oh, now you look at these old videos and these new videos, you're like, oh, this dude is like a master at dipping. But it took that to get here. And it's just, man, and I just say, like, my biggest thing is I still try to document, you know, my progress. But like I said, man, people want to see me talk. So if I do document it, it kind of stay in the phone. And every now and then I might put something out. And a dude said that not too long ago. He was like, oh, he finally uploaded a video of him skating. I'm like, well, I mean, I can't be in here preaching to y'all if I don't know what I'm talking about. I don't know what I'm doing. And he was like, yeah, you got me there. I'm like, yeah, because then, you know, who would I be to tell y'all shouldn't be doing this, and then I don't even know how to do it. He was like, no, bro, you good. I was just saying, like, bro, we never seen you skate. I was like, well, I mean, if that's what everybody was demanding, then I would definitely upload that. But y'all rather hear me talk. So if you see me skating in the real world, just know I really got it like that. I'm spinning on one toe. I'm doing all that stuff that you probably trying to learn. But y'all just rather hear me talk.
Yeah, well, it happened, man. Like there's this girl, Melanie. I think we might have mentioned this last time, but she's from Atlanta, and she had skated a long time, and then she came back. Like I think she was skating again for like a year when I had her on. I had met her at an event down in Atlanta, and she's funny chick, you know, real charismatic, funny. And I was like, yeah, I'd love to have you on. And so we're talking, and we're like 10, 15 minutes in the conversation. And she's like, do you skate? I'm like, who the fuck you talking to? You know what I mean? That's in my mind. You know what I mean? I was like feeling real fucking, but it was just funny to me. And then I remember thinking like, oh shit, like, cause I used to post more skate videos. And now I just post other people skating for the most part, but it hit me where I was like, cause there's always people coming back to skating and getting into skating. Right. So like they come across this, they don't know who I am. They don't know that there was years of other videos going up, you know what I mean? Like, and it was like, yeah, for me to be able to sit here and like talk about this like this, I guess like, and it's not about flexing or anything like that. It's just like, no, I'll just put this out. Like I've got my cred, you know what I mean? Like I do this, you know, kind of thing. Like this every once in a while, just let them know, you know what I mean? It's, you know, so let me, I'm going to wrap this up quick, or kind of soon here, but, the way that you kind of like post content and stuff like that, one, like I said, it's just always coming across, right? So it's like, is it very random to you? Is it just like I have an idea and I just either go sit in my car or I just go stand at this room or is it, do you have like a schedule for yourself? You know what I mean? Or is it literally just, no, you think of something and if you go? Because I know for me, if I think of something, because I don't write shit down, right? I'm not reading a script, but if I think of something and I'm in that mode, I got to do it now, or else it's not going to come out the same. You know what I mean? Is that how you kind of do?
Well, when I first started to do this, my boy was guiding me. He said, you have to know the algorithm, the time frames to actually post these videos. But this was tethered towards TikTok. He was like, you can upload the video earlier in the day. When people are waking up, that might do something. But a lot of people tend to, watch videos later on. So because I would go to work at like 6 or 7 is when I would upload it, because I know people probably chilling at the crib, they ain't doing nothing, they on their phone swiping, and that used to be like my peak hours for TikTok. But that was me staying on that level, just creating videos. Whatever I get inspired by, I'd have to be like, oh, I might get inspired to make like 5 or 6 videos a day, and I'm like, okay, well, I'm gonna upload 3. All of them would be going out at like 7, 7:30, 8. And just like that, right? I have to literally, because I don't think you can schedule it on TikTok, so I'd have to mentally remind myself, oh, it's 7:30, time to upload another one. But that was when I was more so focused on TikTok. But now that I see that my community is like on Instagram, now I just be like, well, I'm going to upload a video on TikTok because it helps me to actually record and then put the music behind it and then level the volume so it's not overbearing with the soundtrack and in my talking. Because, I do music, so I know how to like line those, mix and master basically. I know how to do that because I got history of it. So I'm like, I'm talking too loud. Let me put that down. The beat too loud. So I know how to do all of that. But I'll upload the video on TikTok just whenever, because I'm just like, well, I don't even care. Here you go, TikTok. You do whatever you want with it. I just need this video so I can put it on Instagram. And like I'll be like 6 videos in scheduled just to come out on random days. So sometimes I don't even make content because I got so much just scheduled on Instagram already ready to come out. But if I do get an idea, I'll stand right over here. This is like any of my videos, all you'll see is like, where the water heater is at, and then, my little washer and dryer closet be behind me. I'm standing in the kitchen literally because the lights are right here. So I'm just like, stand right over there, and I'll be like, I hate when, just get it going. And I'll be like, oh, that look good. Mix it up a little bit, upload it to TikTok, put it on Instagram, schedule. So it's like, as far as Instagram goes, there is no schedule. I might feel like, man, if I don't upload something right now, I might lose my algorithm. Like, people might just be like, hey, what happened to that guy? So now I'm panicking. I gotta give him 6 videos today. It don't even matter what time it comes out. It has to come out today. And that's just how it kind of goes. So I'm always thinking of things to actually upload. And when you really think about this content, it's not hard to make it all. All you have to do, well, I would say it's not hard to make. Some people, they might, they might struggle with it a little bit for their own reasons. But for me, I'm a talker. All I gotta do is just make a 1-minute video, put a song behind it, upload it. I mean, like, it's gotta be the easiest job ever. They just, hey, give me something to talk about. You could talk about this. Like, somebody came into my DMs and they was like, oh, you should talk about different events being on top of each other. I said, hey, you know what? That's a good idea. I'm glad you gave me that idea. I'm gonna make that. Made that video within 20 minutes. Uploaded. Right. I uploaded it, then sent it to her. She was like, that's what I was talking about. Thank you. Oh, I'm fast. Like, you just gave me an idea why it's churning. I'm like, yeah, you're absolutely right. Like, they got this event going down. And I'm thinking, like I was telling you earlier, the dude was like, hey, come down here on the 21st. I'm like, man, I'd love to do that. But then they got that event out there in North Carolina. I was like, I can't fly back and forth. I'm like, this is perfect. She's right here where I'm at. I love this. Quick make it. I looked at the video a day later, 300 likes. I said, sometimes it don't be me, it just be them like, hey, he got the voice for it. He would make the perfect content. Let me pitch this idea. So I try to even when I take videos from people, I try to give them credit or, whatever, because I know it's not solely just me. We're all the whole community. They just look at me as like, hey, if anybody's going to talk about it, I would love to hear him talk about it. And if I do my part, then, it just goes. you know, whatever everybody else is experiencing, we're a community, so I can't just sit here and think like, oh, I know everything. I'm waiting on people to pitch stuff to me as well. I'm not gonna be like, hey, don't tell me how to do my job, because at the same time, like you said, I might be experiencing some stuff that they haven't experienced yet, but it's coming. And they might be experiencing some stuff that they like, hey, if I tell him about this, he probably's experienced it. He might be able to talk about it. And if I don't really know how to talk about it, I won't dive too deep. I'll stay on the surface level. You know what I'm saying? But if I know a whole lot about it, I'm like, oh yeah, I'm really finna hit them. I'm finna hit them because I can talk about this and I know they're gonna feel it. But yeah, that's kind of how it goes. As far as the schedule wise, TikTok, Instagram, you might get something as soon as we get done here. Like, you just never know. 4 or 5 videos, you just never know. Because I'm there for it. The community is, they're welcoming me in. And because I am uploading so many videos, I am now popping up on everybody's feed. I'm literally the guy that I used to look at when I'm on the internet. Like, hey, who is this dude? I just out of nowhere just see all your videos. I'm that guy now. So I'm like, I don't want to go away. I'm here now. I don't want to go away. I don't want to lose a spark. I don't want nobody to be like, oh, you fell off. No, nothing. I don't care if the video gets 6 likes. He put something out today. He is working. So that's kind of how I go about it, because at the end of the day, it's not about the likes. I'm really looking at the views. I'm managing over 400K views for the month. So it's just like, you know, even if they don't like the video, they seen it. And exposure is everything. The likes, okay, cool. You know, you get them, you don't get them. But the exposure, whatever I make is going to be for somebody. The likes will come gradually, but somebody's going to see it, they're going to share it, and then somebody's going to be like, oh man, that video's dope. Now it done caught traction when it was a slow roll. Now it's a big snowball. So I'm just like, hey, as long as I put it out, whenever it take off, it'll take off. I let the universe handle it. So, you know, that's really how it goes.
Well, and that was the basis of like the promo I threw out for your episode too, was it was about visibility. Right. It's like at the end of the day, people see you, like you're getting seen. Right. Like, so yeah, just like you said, like likes or not, you know what I mean? Like I know, I recognize that dude. I see him 3-4 times a day. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, so it's good for you, man. It's a hustle, dude. And people don't realize it. A lot of people think they're like, oh, it's going to be like some viral shit that's going to, no, viral videos rarely get followers. And 2, like this shit is like, you just got done saying it, so I'm not going to repeat it. But like, this shit is just like any other thing, man. You just get it. You got to do something every day. You got to do something every day, man. It's just all there is to it. It's just, you know, like across every platform, like all the followers that I've even gained over these past few years, it's just been a result of like doing work, like doing some work every day. That's it. And that's mostly what it is. And it's better that way too, because then at least you know what's working versus just getting one random home run that you didn't even, you know, your eyes could have been closed when you swung and you could never replicate. Right. You know what I'm saying? And what works for you kind of on the opposite tip of that, right, is that like if it was just you doing like recording skating, right? The fact is you need people to record at all times. Like you don't have to worry about you are your content, right? So like you don't have to get to a rink tonight to do this shit. Like you at any moment you have this shit. Like because that's I be honest, man. Like I record skaters, you know, a lot, and sometimes, you know, I go somewhere, I'm like, there ain't really shit happening tonight, man. This is like, you know what I mean? Like, so if the world ain't cooperating, you know what I mean? So you're like, to be in a position where the majority, basically, it all depends on you, and that's a good thing. Like that's a good thing because no one's gonna come through for you like you. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like, but you can do it at any moment. You know what I mean? You don't have to wait for anybody to be like, oh yeah, come check me out. Like hit record, you know, which is dope for you. You know what I mean? That's the good lane. Like, can you, and that's the thing. Can you be entertaining just you solo? You know what I mean? Like, and you got that thing. So that's pretty dope, man. That's good for you, man. I'm happy for you, dude. And it's funny, man. It's to me, it's all quality, man. Like I enjoy everything I see, man. So I wish you all the best, dude. I wish you all the best. Well, look, man, let everybody know where they can follow you at, man.
Okay, yeah, you guys can definitely follow me on Instagram. That's where you'll find me the most. It's QuadSkatingHinton. It's QuadSkatingHinton. And that's also on TikTok. I'm on there, periodically, but definitely you can find me on Instagram. Send me a message. I don't mind talking to anybody. I try to get to everybody as much as I can. But I'm real down to earth, man. I'm not up here. I don't plan to be way up here. But if that's how y'all treat me, I'll let y'all know I'm still just a human, man. Send me a message for sure. Yeah, man. I appreciate you for having me on once again.
Cool, man. Well, again, man, I appreciate you jumping on, especially so quickly again, man, and giving freely of your time, man. This was a lot of fun, man. I appreciate it. All right, man. We'll talk soon, man.